second piece has to do with deeper structures in the body. This is from the illustration before of showing the different layers. A lot of what we're going to talk about in the anatomy portion of this is the idea of being able to find specific areas deeper in the body, sometimes 2-3 inches deeper. And what I need to do is start to get a sense of the tissue tension in an area. So what I'm doing is I'm compressing tissue down and feeling the areas that compress back up. So I like using this tool. Is that good? Okay. So I like using this tool. This is layers of flesh, or the layers of carpet, but layers of flesh as areas of compression in the body where I have different areas that I can feel. And then for deeper structures, I need to start to kind of train my hand for, we'll call this an organ, but it's a little shampoo. That if I have something more superficial and I'm using my hand, I can kind of feel that layer of depth versus a much deeper layer of depth that is going in that aspect. And it's simply starting to say, like, and what I'm doing in this sense is that this part of the tissue, I have this much compression, and I can start to feel compression, 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 and I get a sense of like there's nothing underneath this area. Same thing over here. And then when I'm in the midsection of it, what I need to do is I need to kind of infer where this structure is. A lot of this has to do with inferring where deeper aspects are. And obviously each person is going to have different layers of depth, but I want to start to be able to get that sense. One of the things we'll talk about as we go forward is the idea that I need to use different parts of my hand to do this. Even with this somewhat this very non-organic tool that I have here, if I use my fingertips and I'm just kind of feeling beep, 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 in that sense, I'm not getting that much information. Like I don't, it's hard for me to tell where that is. Even if I close my eyes, like it's hard for me to tell where that is. Or if I use broader parts of my hand, I can start to get a sense of that deeper spot. So this will come back eventually. So getting a sense of the deeper structures is important, and being able to kind of sense that with your hands is important. And it does not have to be a huge amount of pressure. A lot of times, too much pressure when we're looking for deeper structures kind of changes the tissue too much. Even if I'm doing something like I'm just trying to find points along the stomach channel or the large intestine channel, it's that kind of thing where, like, if I'm palpating, trying to find a point along a channel, if I press really hard, right, like it's just changing all the tissue, and it's hard to find that way. Where it takes sort of like a light to medium touch very often to sort of find the little spaces for acupuncture points. Same thing for the abdomen. When I'm trying to find these deeper structures, if I press really, really, really hard, first of all, it's uncomfortable, and second of all, like I start to just get into just pressing with my hand, and my concentration is going to be in my upper arm, in my forearm, and I'm not feeling more, I'm more touching, right? And I'm not listening as much. So I need to be softer when I'm doing that, and I'm kind of pressing, letting that information go into my hands.